Good evening, everyone. This is Rodney with the Triton Wave Market Outlook for Friday, October 28th, 2016. And this is brought to you by Triton Wave Consulting. Triton Waves are early warning market timing indicators used in all time frames in all markets worldwide. All right, let's start the evening looking at the ES. So in past videos, I've pointed out that there were dramatic results after the 21 represented in the yellow line crossed the 55 EMA represented in the red line, and we got this back in the beginning of 2016. And then when it crossed back above, we got this. Whoops. We got this entire move. Now this crossed again right here, and I told you that it was just a wait and see to see if the possibility of this giant move was coming. So we went back and forth down to this trend line going back to the beginning. Let me see, that goes back to February of this year, the most recent trend line, and it crossed in here, it came down to here, bumped up against that trend line, and bumped up 3 or 4 days in a row against the 21 EMA, and then did a lunge through the 55 but never closed above it. So at the same time, I brought in the 21 tick chart on the New York Stock Exchange. Bring it in there so you can see the tick here. And applying the Triton waves, you can see that they went above, that this mainstay anchor has been below zero. So I knew that even though it was moving up in this direction for the last 7 to 10 days before this plunge, that there wasn't a lot of there was not a lot of volume behind it. So you can see as this tracks across. In fact, there wasn't a lot of volume going all the way back after this move right here. So this was constantly below zero, and it's never been above zero. But the smaller plays, you know, like day by day, you can see this one above zero back on the 14th of October on the second wave, right, second set of waves right here, right about at this low. It came back up here, and right when it was crossing up here and doing its thing in the 55 and the 21, it started below zero. You can see simultaneous the cursor bar on both charts as it moves. And then it came completely below zero right about in here on the 26th, yeah, sometime yesterday, which would be Wednesday. And then it just took a plunge. All right, let's move this aside. And let's look at a smaller time frame chart. Now, on a smaller time frame chart, it really doesn't matter that if the daily is moving up or down. On a smaller time frame chart, this is like two and a half days of trading. These are all trading breaks. The double red lines here are all trading breaks during the day. It's let me see, it's 3 o'clock and 3:30 and 5 o'clock. So this can move up and down and up and down and up and down, while the daily is just like one stick, and it can be moving up. There may be 2 or 3 trades in every single one of these days, and these are the trades that I want to show you for the past few days here. If we look at the 26th, which was yesterday, there is, I'm just going to use one arrow here. There's a move to the upside, move to the upside, move to the upside, move to the downside, move to the downside, move to the downside. They're all good for 25.80 to 34. That was 13 and a half, 14-point move. 36 down to 27, and then 30 up to 43. They're all about 10 to 12 point moves, including this one that we just got today, that's still in force until something changes, from 30 down to 22, and that was just in the last hour and 10 minutes, 8-point move. Okay, so these are the kind of calls that I make to subscribers. I'm showing you after the fact, but if you would have gotten these calls and you would have had money in the bank. Now let's move on to the 30-year bonds. Okay, ZB 30-year bonds. I've been talking about the cross of the 21 and the 55 EMA for the last several weeks. You can go back and check on my my videos, and the smaller time frame charts caught this and caught this to the downside. And I've been saying for at least a month and a half, all the way back up from here, that this was my target. And the target was, let me just get that a little bit bigger so you can see. The target was where this little purple indicator was 161. The actual target was 161.21 because the number got a little bit bigger as we moved up the scale. 161.21, and it actually did hit 161.22. We were one tick off from a call that was made back here. So not bad. 1/32 off. So that was pretty good. Not bad. All right. Okay, if we look at the smaller time frame chart, it seems that the 21 tick on the 30-year bonds is best represents what's going on a intraday basis. You notice this long line, this long red line, and this this set of waves here and here represent what's going on in the big picture. But just to even play these during the daytime, and there are several waves involved in each one of these. I pick out the ones that are best represented on a daily basis to play, because habits change, the people involved change, and so trading changes. And each day I go through the waves to see which best represents the trading. So this is in the past 24 hours. And you can see, let me bring in a 21 here. That's a 21 tick. This is a 21 minute, and you can see big broad sweeps. This is like this is September 16th. Big move up. You can just walk away from the 21 minute once this gives a signal, and this is good for 64.30 to 69.28, 69.14 area, and then a sell here. Just looking at the first top wave there, this is a buy here. Now this could have made a little bit of money. It went up to here. It was more or less when it starts going sideways, you have to look at the 21 tick chart for guidance. So this was kind of wishy-washy. If you just played the 21, this would have been a scratch trade. But this was almost a 2-point move from 164.31 down to 161.28, and that happened today, starting at, and let me just bring in a log chart so you can see just where it's absolutely above zero or below zero. That happened at 3 o'clock in the morning, and on 2 days ago, went up above, gave you a little bit of heat, but then the second set of waves came back down at 163.28 to 161.22, and that happened at, let me see here, 5:21 last evening. So that was heck of a play, heck of a move. So I think maybe we're going to get a bounce off of the from the 20. Let me go just go back to the 21 here. We're due for a bounce off of this. This is a major line here. This I call this the Triton minor wave. This is a Triton major wave, but you can see going all the way back that it's adhered to this line pretty neatly since July 2014. So we're gonna have to wait and see if it does take a bounce, and it looks like it wants to. How big the bounce gets if it goes up to here, I will keep you posted. Subscribers will get an email, a text rather. Let me go back to the 21 real quick. Okay, back to the 21 tick. These are all plays here. Some of them, a couple of these are scratch plays, but when they're not scratch plays, you may be even to losing a couple ticks. This is 164.03 down to 163.25. They're all little plays, and one of the things that I look at is when I get a trade like this and it's going up to the major Triton wave right here, I look to see, I'm going to put a little yellow line in there, these line of tops of the waves, and when the waves peak out, and they peak out, seem to be peaking out at whatever this number is, 0.08, and each wave has its own signature, and it's hit this, you just get out. You know, you take your half a point and you get out, and then you wait for the next turn down, which happened here, and when this peaks out on the bottom, same thing. When they start giving you signals that they've reached, you don't have to wait for the turn to come up, because sometimes the turn is going to take you into take some of your profits out. So this turn happened here, which would have been the same if you waited for here. And here's an example of one turn today at 9:40 after it hit 161.22, and then it just took off for a while, came down, took off for a while, and right now it's kind of trapped in this area. So right now it's trapped between the two major and minor Triton waves. So stay tuned if you want the next update. I welcome new subscribers, and I'll give you that information in a minute. Here's something I wrote about Triton Wave Consulting, what I do. I'll leave this up for a minute. You can pause that and look at it. You can follow me on Twitter or LinkedIn, and I'm specializing in bonds and the ES. And if you want to become a subscriber or you have any questions for me, please email me, Rodney@TritonWaveGuy.com. Have a great evening, and see you at the next update.